This is Cub reporter Ken Cordeiro's coming to you live out of Middletown, Rhode Island, in the United States of America, or what used to be my country, which has gone down completely now. I'm being brought to you today by 2400 Degrees F, which is fine Murano glass and crystal jewelry from creator designer Christina Curtin. Her number is 1-860-463-4631. If you want some fine jewelry, please call Miss Curtin. Now, let's start off with our president, who is trying to take away all kinds of our rights. He wants to be a little dictator. Now he's going after the Catholic Church. Just after last week, he tried to make some comments about how Jesus would think it would be fair for people who earn a lot of money to pay more taxes. Because the president wants to be fair now. Not a dictator like he is, but he wants to be fair. How about having all these people on welfare get a job? How would that be, Mr. President? What's fair about that? What's fair about being a freeloader? Is there anything fair about that, Mr. President? Why are people even talking about this president being reelected? How about putting him in prison where he belongs? For his lack of enforcement of immigration policies, for ruining the economy, him, Bernanke, Pelosi, Reid. Why aren't these people all in prison? No, he might get reelected. That's really the saddest thing, that this president might be reelected. I mean, his foreign policies are a disaster. Israel is in complete chaos over there. All the Arabs want to do is just kill him. Where are they? They're in like Iraq, Iran, now Egypt, Libya. And then we have, what else are these people trying to do to just destroy our lives? Everything they do. How about letting capitalism work, Mr. President? How about staying out of Wall Street? You know how we're supposed to have freedom of religion in this country, separation of church and state, which isn't really what it says, but how about separation from Wall Street, from Congress? How's that? These guys were getting insider trading. I mean, that's ridiculous. Just one thing after another. How about if you actually work for us, the American people, Mr. President? I mean, I try and call my representatives here in Rhode Island, but they're all just right in step with the president. Reid, our Senator Jack Reid, who is on the banking committee, as the dollar has become worthless, he's done us a lot of good. Or our other representative, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. Yeah, he's a White House, all right. Now, from the ACLJ, American Center for Law and Justice, how they have been trying to help us in the past few months. We've starved off the pro-abortion lobby's attempt to shut down the life-saving work of pro-life pregnancy centers. We've worked to defend Israel from legal attacks by neighboring radical Islamic nations who want them annihilated. After 2 years of tireless effort, we've won a renunciation of the notorious United Nations Goldstone report, which falsely accused Israel's citizens of war crimes. After year-long fights against anti-free speech regulations, we celebrated a First Amendment victory and an end to the threat of the so-called fairness doctrine. Just every day these people want to take away your rights. And it doesn't matter, is it a bird, or you can't go here, you can't go there. Well, this is federal land, but you can't walk on it. This is a wildlife refuge, but your dog can't go there. But we're going to let any criminal illegal alien we want into our country. You know, I was pulling out of my street the other day. I saw these two guys walking. I thought I was in a third world nation. What are these people even doing here? Do you think anybody in Middletown will open up their mouths and ask a question? Tell the state to keep these people out of Middletown? No, we're going to let them come in. Do anything they want. Let's see what we have here. Let's go to Judicial Watch. There we go. Here's what Judicial Watch is doing for us. To break through Obama's administrative secrecy on corruption issues like their continuing ties to the criminal Acorn network, including sending federal grant money to Acorn affiliates in prohibition and probable violation of the law. We are also battling the Obama gang's rollout of backdoor amnesty for illegal aliens and their bitter efforts to stop states like Arizona and Alabama from taking tough action to enforce our laws against illegal immigration. How is this guy even president? He doesn't want to even help states. Why isn't this guy being impeached and thrown in jail? What else do we have here from Judicial Watch? Okay, let's see if we can go to something a little more not so depressing. Here we go. In Rhode Island, rents are going up in the state. A report indicates that about a quarter of state residents spend more than half their income on housing. Well, whose fault is that? Nellie Gorbia, Executive Director of Housing Works, said office and administrative workers and their employees and those employed in the service and sales industries, which make up a significant portion of the state's workforce, don't earn enough to keep pace with rising rents. Maybe if the state would let the actual economy work like it should and get out of everything, maybe we could lower taxes and maybe people could afford the rents. Did you ever think of that? If I want to go cut somebody's lawn, why does the state have to be involved in that? What, you know, if there's any problems, that's what civil courts are for, right? You know, if the government would just get out of everything, you know, it costs about 3 cents to make a cigarette. For them to actually produce that. So what's that? It's 60 cents for a pack of cigarettes. What does it cost? Like $6, $7 for a pack? That's all taxes and stuff. And the problem is these people don't know how to spend your money. They're broke. Government is broke. All you have to do to see what liberalism actually is a disease, is drive around Rhode Island. All the potholes. And if you ever go up to like Providence, look in South Providence where they've just given it away to all these criminal illegal aliens, and just see all the beautiful Victorian houses up there, and they're just decaying and rotting away. And it's really sad. The president's devalued everything, from the dollar to the price of being an American citizen. He wants everything less. He doesn't want to add value to anything. Oh, his big budget proposal is what? I'm going to cut $4 trillion over the next 10 years. How about cutting it this year? How about $4 trillion this year, Mr. President? How about this for a debt ceiling? 2 cents. All you people in government that are supposed to be so smart, why are we broke? If you people are all supposed to be so smart, huh? Is that what a Harvard education gets you? All-day kindergarten gets you? These people are just so incompetent, and that's really the saddest part. That our country's become a country of welfare. Americans work, and if you've made enough money, well, I don't care if you take a week off, or like if you're Paris Hilton and your parents have billions. If you just want to do nothing, that's not. I don't care. How about if you people in government actually start worrying about the American citizens that do work? Get out of Wall Street, get out of the car companies. There is absolutely nothing that I can do that I don't have the government in my face. I can't go out to eat because I'm charged like 8% tax on whatever I eat to go to the government, the state of Rhode Island, and they're broke. State's broke. There's all kinds of. I can't drive around Middletown. These roads are the worst. Maybe not as bad as Providence, where South Providence and stuff, where you can see what liberalism gets you and share the wealth. Nothing. I used to be happy as a little kid because I was poor. But I was free. I've got like no freedoms anymore. The government wants to take everything I've got. It's really sad. Well, here's a little story, Mr. President. I don't know if you can relate to it that Jesus told. Because you're supposed to work for us, the American people. See if you can get this concept, Mr. President. Or our representatives in Congress. There was a man who had 2 sons, and he said to the first, "Go work in the vineyard." And the son said, "No." But then he thought better of it, and he went. He said the same thing to his second son, and he said, "Certainly," but he didn't go. Now, which of the 2 did his father's will? The first, who, saying no, actually went. Now my representatives out there who are supposed to represent me, state, locally, federally, how about actually representing the American people? Stop trying to share the wealth. Let the economy run as it should. And hopefully my life and all the lives of the American people who you've absolutely ruined. If you're an actual American citizen, the government has come out completely against you and ruined your life. Hopefully, it can be better. So all I can say is, go to church, pray. It keeps you healthy. And then we won't need Obamacare. Thank you for tuning in to the 11th edition of KenCordeiro's Cub Reporter.